Did you know that over 3 billion people are expected to tune in to the upcoming FIFA World Cup 2026, making it the biggest sporting event in human history?
That is exactly why we cannot ignore it, Peter. Even if your own football skills are completely non-existent and you barely know the difference between a goal and a corner kick.
Hey, my skills are absolutely fine. I just prefer watching from the comfort of my sofa with a massive bowl of popcorn and the air conditioning turned up to the maximum.
Right, which makes you a classic armchair fan. But today, we are diving into the ultimate matchday vocabulary because this expanded tournament is going to change everything we know about international sports.
It really is going to be historic, with 48 nations competing across 3 massive countries. The whole co-hosting dynamic between Canada, Mexico, and the United States is going to be completely wild.
Exactly. And with so many teams involved, the group stage is going to be a total roller coaster before we even reach the high-stakes drama of the knockout stage.
I absolutely love the knockout stage because it is pure drama where one single mistake means you are going home, which is the perfect environment for an underdog to shock the world.
Speaking of an underdog, everyone loves a good dark horse story where a smaller nation surprises the tournament favorites and completely ruins everyone's predictions.
Honestly, I always root for the dark horse because watching the wealthy tournament favorites get incredibly nervous on the pitch is the absolute best part of the beautiful game.
Well, you will have plenty of chances to see that because the sheer scale of this event means unpredictable surprises are guaranteed every single week.
I just hope I can learn all the right phrases to talk about it with my international friends without sounding like a total amateur who has never watched a match.
Don't worry, Peter. By the end of this session, you will be chatting like a professional commentator, or at least a very passionate fan in the local pub.
That is exactly my goal, because missing out on these conversations during the biggest summer of sports would be a total tragedy for my social life.
Then let us lace up our football boots and get right into the thick of it before the first official whistle blows and the stadium lights go up. Think about this for a second, Peter. The phrase soccer actually originated in England as an abbreviation for association football. Yet, modern British fans absolutely despise it when Americans use the word today.
That is actually hilarious because Americans get so much text and criticism for using a term that the British literally invented and exported to them centuries ago.
It is a brilliant piece of language trivia that shows how deeply emotional fan culture can be. But speaking of how we use words, we need to look at a quick grammar point that always trips people up during sports season, which is collective nouns.
Right. Like when we talk about a team, we can say the team is playing well or the team are playing well, depending entirely on where we live and who we are talking to.
Exactly. In standard American English, a sports team is almost always treated as a single unit. So they would say, the United States is ready for the match.
Whereas in British English, they treat the team as a collection of individual players. So they say, England are looking incredibly strong today.
Both are grammatically correct in their respective regions, so our intermediate learners can choose the style that fits them best, as long as they stay consistent throughout their conversation.
That makes things a lot easier to understand. But what about words like referee, coach, or manager? Do they follow the same flexible pattern, or are they different?
No, because those words refer to individual people doing a specific job, so they always take a singular verb. Just keep an eye on how groups are handled.
That is a super helpful distinction, especially when writing social media posts, checking sports news, or talking to international friends during the live games.
Now that we have the tricky grammar sorted out, we should probably look at some essential vocabulary terms that our listeners will hear constantly on television broadcasts around the globe. Let us start with our 5 vocabulary words, beginning with a die-hard fan, which describes someone whose loyalty to their team never fades, no matter how badly they lose.
I am definitely a die-hard fan of sleeping in on weekends. But for football, It means buying the expensive shirts, traveling long distances, and never missing a match.
Our second phrase is to jump on the bandwagon, which is when people suddenly start supporting a specific team only because that team is winning and popular.
We all know someone who does that. They suddenly wear the team colors during the quarterfinals, even though they completely ignored the team all year long.
Exactly. Next, we have a matchday ritual, which is a specific habit or superstition a fan does before a game because they believe it brings good luck.
My matchday ritual is wearing my lucky vintage socks, though they honestly haven't helped my team win a single trophy in the last 5 years.
Maybe you just need to wash them, Peter. But moving on, our fourth term is to chant, which refers to the loud, rhythmic songs that fans sing together in the stadium.
Football chants are absolutely amazing. They completely change the mood of the stadium, motivate the home players, and can seriously intimidate the opposing team.
Which brings us directly to our fifth expression. The atmosphere was electric, meaning the energy in the stadium was incredibly intense, loud, and exciting for everyone.
That perfectly captures the unique feeling of being in a massive crowd of 50,000 people when a beautiful, last-minute goal is scored.
Now, let us switch gears to 4 common idioms that come from football, but are used in everyday business life. Starting with to kick off, which means to begin an activity.
We often use this at work, like saying we need to kick off the new marketing project by next Monday morning with a big team meeting.
Then we have to move the goalposts, which means to unfairly change the rules, conditions, or targets of a situation after someone has already started working.
That is the most frustrating thing ever, when your manager changes the target of your project right before the deadline when you are almost finished.
It really is. And our third idiom is to blow the whistle on something, which means to report illegal, dishonest, or unethical activity to the public or authorities.
Just like a referee stops a bad foul on the pitch, a whistleblower stops bad behavior inside a big company or a government department.
Finally, we have to keep one's eye on the ball, which simply means to stay completely focused on your main goal without getting distracted.
That is wonderful advice for learning English. Just stay focused, practice regularly with us, and you will reach your fluency goals in no time at all.
That is all from us today, so make sure to practice these phrases, enjoy the massive tournament, and we will see you next time at the lab.